Are there any questions for SWS rating survey company? May question ba, mga congressmen? Wala. So, andito po kaninang SWS, hindi po ba? So, I believe that there are no questions. Actually, there was one congressman, I will not mention anymore, who requested you to be present. Also, Pulse Asia, and then yung ibang mga survey firms. But he's not around. So, the congressmen are not inclined to ask questions to you unless you have a statement to make.
None, Mr. Chair.
Okay, you are now excused.
Thank you.
Itong broadsheets din, andito po ba ang Philippine Star, Daily Inquirer? Nandito po ba? Wala. Okay. So we'll now proceed with the next item on the agenda, which is the issue of Commodore Tariela. If you have, do you have any statement to make?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I
Okay.
prepared the presentation.
Okay, let us proceed with the presentation. Afterwards, the first to interpolate will be Congressman Ernest Junicio.
Mr. Chair, can I proceed?
Pakilapit lang po yung mikropono.
Mr. Chair, can I proceed already?
Yes, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Isang magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Sa loob po ng 2 taon, nagsimula po ang ating administrasyon sa pagpapublicize ng mga insidente na nangyayari sa West Philippine Sea, ay nakita po natin ang mataas na bilang ng pagtaas ng fake news and disinformation and misinformation pagdating sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea. Sa loob po ng 2 taon na inanalyze po namin ang mga fake news, peddlers, and trolls na nagpapakalat ng maling informasyon. According to our analysis, we can actually came up with 3 levels of fake news purveyors in terms of social media platforms. The first one is what we call the initiators. Ito po ang mga kilala po nating social media influencers na nagbibigay ng maling impormasyon pagdating sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea. On the later part of my presentation, I will discuss what are those information that they are using to counter the factual narrative of the Philippine government. At the same time, the initiators have high number of followers. Marami po silang followers sa different social media platforms, whether sa X, sa Facebook, sa Instagram, or sa TikTok. Sila po ang kinikilala nating mas known figure pagdating sa pagpapakalat ng maling impormasyon. We call them initiators because if we're going to trace the misinformation and fake news about West Philippine Sea, sila ang pinakaunang mga tao na nagpakalat ng maling impormasyon na to. The next level is what we call the disseminators. Gaya po ng sinabi ni Kabayan Noli de Castro, marami po tayong trolls sa social media na soulless account. Alam po nating wala silang totoong identity, newly created ang account, but these disseminators are being used by the initiators to spread this initiated information na mali. Sila po ay walang kilalang known network, but they are used only to spread this misinformation and fake news about the West Philippine Sea. And then the third one is what we call the reposters. Ito po mga reposters ay kapwa po natin mga Pilipino. Maaaring sila po ay sumusuporta lamang kay initiator o meron silang sinusuportahan na politiko na umaayon dito sa narrative na ito na mali naman. And then the last level is what we call the general public. The general public is actually the victim of the disinformation and fake news in the social media. Dahil po sa mga maling impormasyon na ito na ipinapakalat sa West Philippine Sea, ay nahahati po ang opinyon ng ating mga kababayang Pilipino. Minsan po naniniwala silang walang West Philippine Sea, minsan naniniwala silang tayo ay inuudyukan lamang ng Amerika, minsan sila ay naniniwala na ang gobyerno mismo ang gumugulo pagdating sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea. Next slide, sir. Ngayon, ang tanong po ay who are these initiators? No? Gaya po ng sinabi ko kanina, the initiators are the ones who start the conversation. They are the ones who spread the initial fake news and misinformation. At ang account nila ay may mataas na bilang ng follower. At most of the time, the initiators are known or recognized na social media influencer. At ang posting nila sa social media are always publicly posted. Hindi po ito nalilimit lamang sa kanilang mga followers or friends. Intentionally, their postings are made public so that it can be easily shared ng kanilang mga disseminators at ng kanilang mga followers. Next slide. The initiator social media lines. Over the course of time and analyzing the lines of these initiators who spread fake news in the West Philippine Sea, it can actually be divided into 6 parts. Ang una sa lahat is yung sinasabi nilang we do not have legal basis in our fight in the West Philippine Sea. Ilang beses na po nating narinig yan. Later, I will discuss all of this, how they make use of these lines as a way for them to mislead the Filipino people. Second, ang West Philippine Sea ay hindi natin primary concern. Ito daw ay hindi dumudugtong sa sikmura ng ordinaryong Pilipino, kung kaya't ang ordinaryong Pilipino ay hindi dapat makialam sa isyu ng West Philippine Sea. Pangatlo, Philippines is one escalating the tension in the West Philippine Sea. Sinasabi po nila na ang Coast Guard or BFAR or other agencies of the government are the ones responsible for the escalation of tension in the West Philippine Sea. At ang pang-apat po is the fear-mongering. Ang pananakot po sa ating mga kababayang Pilipino na kapag patuloy nating tinindigan ang laban natin sa West Philippine Sea, ay magkakaroon po ng gera. At ang panglima po, ang Philippines is only dictated by the United States. Ilang beses na rin po nating narinig ito na ang nangyayari sa West Philippine Sea ay galing lamang po sa pag-uudyok ng Estados Unidos. And the last part is that the West Philippine Sea spokesperson, kasama ko po si Jonathan Malaya at ang iba pong mga akademya na dumidepensa sa paninindigan natin sa West Philippine Sea, has always been a victim of disinformation and fake news. Next slide, sir. For their line na we do not have legal basis, paulit-ulit po nilang sinasabi na ang West Philippine Sea is just a fiction. Ito po ay gawa-gawa lamang daw nung panahon ni Pangulong Noynoy Aquino at wala naman daw po tayong basihan. Secondly, they always downplay the 2016 Arbitral Award. Hina-highlight nila na despite of the 2016 Arbitral Award, which is internationally recognized as a landmark victory for the Philippine government, they always downplay this, saying it is very difficult for this current administration to get the support of the international community because it cannot be reinforced. The second one is, we're the one escalating the tension. Kung makikita po natin ang mga posting ng mga tao na to, lagi nilang ang sinisisi ay ang Philippine Coast Guard. Kami daw po ang bumangga sa China Coast Guard. Kami daw po ang dahilan kung nagdala ng maing isda doon, kaya nagkaroon ng gulo sa Baho de Masinloc. Instead of criticizing the aggression and unlawful activity of the Chinese Coast Guard, Philippine Coast Guard po ang nilalagay nila sa kanilang mga posts trying to distort the reality of what's really happening in the West Philippine Sea. Next slide, sir. At ang narrative na ang Pilipinas po ay inuudyukan lamang ng Amerika. Ito po ay paulit-ulit din nilang sinasabi, ang West Philippine Sea ay gawa-gawa lamang daw po ng Amerikano. Ang Amerika din daw po ang nagdikta ng naratibo natin pagdating sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea. At ang kanila pong favorite line, the transparency initiative of the Philippine government is actually dictated by Mr. Ray Powell, na paulit-ulit din binabanggit ni Mr. Mark Lopez sa kanyang social media post. And then the next one is West Philippine Sea spokesmen are pro-US and accepting bribes. I have been a victim of disinformation and fake news. Sinabi nilang CIA ako, sinabi nilang pro-US ako, sinabi nilang pumunta ako sa bahay ni Speaker at meron daw akong 3 black bag. Sinabi rin nilang tumatanggap ako ng $4 million as part of my talent fee sa US Embassy. Panglima po, WPS is not our primary concern. They are confusing the Filipino people by saying poverty is the main issue of the Filipino people and not the West Philippine Sea. Kanila pong binibigyan ng confusion uli ang mga kababayan natin para sabihin they should not care about our fight in the West Philippine Sea. And then the last one, sir, is fear-mongering. There will be war. Ilang beses na po nating narinig ito sa ating mga social media trolls. Sinasabi nilang kapag patuloy na pinanindigan ang ating laban sa West Philippine Sea, ay maraming mamamatay na Pilipino, hindi kaya ng Armed Forces of the Philippines na tindigan ang pakikipaglaban sa China. Pero simula po na naging Pangulo si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, for almost 3 years now, he has been standing firm of not surrendering a square inch of our territory to any foreign power. Pero wala naman po tayong digmaan na naririnig pa. And then the last one, sir. Next slide. Next slide. Kung makikita po natin ang posting netong tinatawag nating mga initiators, there are actually 3 intersection points na common sa kanila. Una, they always counter our position in the West Philippine Sea. Secondly, kung titingnan din po natin ang posting nila, they also defend Alice Go and the Pogo. Third, they are also denying the presence of Chinese spies na nahuli ng NBI noong mga nakaraang buwan. Just to give you an example, I would like to share with you the posting of certain Miss Ana Malindog-Uy. I'm not saying that she is the one really managing this expose because I don't know her personally, but this is actually a public post. She said, with regard to Pogo, ano daw ang sabi ni DASA, upgraded ang Pogo seriously? Last August 6, 2024. She also commented, investigasyon ng Kongreso sa issue ng Pogo, nakakahiya. And then when it comes to the issue of the spies, last January 29, 2025, she also posted, do we really think that a superpower like China would send someone unqualified to spy on the Philippines? And when it comes to the harassment of the Chinese Coast Guard, she also said, study the footage carefully and draw your own conclusion. Note the time that when the collision happened, according to the reports and based on the footage, the Philippine Coast Guard ship MRB 4410 suddenly turned right and rammed into the Chinese Coast Guard. Again, she is actually narrating a narrative that it is the Philippine Coast Guard who rammed the China Coast Guard vessel. Miss Ana Malindog-Uy, I don't know her, but again, these are public posts. And I would also like to share to the Honorable Committee the article written by Mr. Ado Paglinawan. He also wrote about Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo, suggesting that she is being disgracefully grilled by the senators. And when it comes to the spies, he also wrote an article 2 months ago saying that it's a mistaken identity is a result of sheer incompetence. And when it comes to the issue of the West Philippine Sea, publicly posted last February 27, he said the West Philippine Sea lunacy continues as China Coast Guard simply ignores our cheers. These are the types of the issues that I would like to present to the Honorable Committee, sir, to highlight that the issue of disinformation and fake news is actually countering our own position in the West Philippine Sea. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
We'll now proceed to the interpellation. Ernest Dionisio, representative, is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you to our colleagues. Commodore J. Tariela.
Sa akin po, Honorable Congressman, sir, no? Ang usapin po ng West Philippine Sea should not be subjected to your own opinion. Actually, as part of the transparency initiative of the Philippine government, we have been disclosing factual reports, no? Incidents that really happened, supported by photos and videos to show the Filipino people what really transpired. So if you are a blogger or a social media influencer trying to counter such narrative, I think we should understand everybody's entitled for their own opinion, but disclose countering a factual narrative of what really transpired with regard to our own national security is really a concern.
Yes, thank you for that. Mr. Chair, kasi yung West Philippine Sea, in my humble opinion, di lang naman kasi to geographic location. It's a symbol of our sovereignty. If I remember it correctly, Commodore J, di ba, nung last hearing natin, meron pa nga na nagke-claim na lumalabas sa mga fake news na yung Palawan pagmamayari ng China. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's very alarming, Mr. Chair, lahat ng nangyayari na to eh. So, alam ko nag-imbestiga na kayo dito, Sir Commodore J. Ano po ba mga naobserbahan nyo? You mentioned kanina mga initiators. Ano ba to? Mga Pilipino ba to? Chinese? Or we don't know for certain?
Well, right now, Mr. Chair, what we have are only public posting of social media accounts. Just like what the former Vice President mentioned, we cannot really ascertain whether these people are the ones managing those accounts dahil hindi naman talaga natin alam kung sila yon.
Mr. Chair, may nabanggit po kanina na si Ana Malindogoy.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Do we know, Mr. Chair, does this committee have any information na bisita po ba natin siya ngayon or Filipino vlogger po ba to? Or...
Sino? Si Mark Lopez?
Hindi po, si Ana Malindogoy, mentioned by Commodore Tariela earlier, Mr. Chair.
Did we invite this personality? Unfortunately, she was not included. Is that a female?
Yes, Mr.
She
Chair.
was not included in the invitation to the resource persons.
Maybe,
Because no.
thank you, Mr. Chair, maybe...
Bruce, nandito po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Asan po siya? Asan po siya? Ayan. Oo. Gusto ko lang po alam nyo, sa totoo lang, marami po akong natatanggap na bashing eh. Hindi ko pinapansin. Hindi ko pinapansin yon. Katulad ni Kabayan, hindi ako naiinsulto, hindi ako nababagabag, hindi ko pinapansin, eh wala namang katotohanan yun eh. Ano? Kaya hindi ko pinapansin yan. Alright. Ngayon, ang gusto ko lang pong sabihin kay Miss Joey Cruz, in one of your blogs in YouTube, you directed this statement sa akin. No? Akin mismo. Unang-una, hindi naman kita kilala. Hindi naman kita kaaway. Wala naman akong ginawang masama sa'yo. Tama ba ako, Mr. Chair? Meron po ba akong ginawang masama sa inyo?
There is no personal action.
Kaya nga, Mr. Chair, sagutin mo lang ako. Meron po ba akong ginawang masama sa inyo?
No
Meron ba? Wala?
None, Mr. Chair.
Wala. Wala akong ginawang masama sa inyo, ha? Pinapatunayan nyo yan, ha? Pangalawa, hindi nyo ako kilala. Tama ba, Miss Joey Cruz? You do not know me personally.
Correct, Mr. Chair.
And Mr. Chair, I do not even know Miss Joey Cruz personally. Am I right?
Correct, Mr. Chair.
But, you made a statement against me. O ito, babasahin ko ha. O, ang sabi mo, ganito, kung abante, paswelduhan ka ng taxpayer, gago. Tinawag mo akong tinawag mo akong gago. O, bakit? Ba't mo ginawa sa akin yun? Gusto mo ba akong umiyak ngayon sa'yo? Sabihin ko, ba't mo ginawa sa akin yun? Bakit mo ako tinawag na gago? Bakit po, Mr. Chair? Please, yes.
Mr. Chair, and I think it is already established that we do not know each other personally.
Ano po yung pakilakas nga po?
Hello, Mr. Chair? Mr. Chair? Okay. I think it is already established that we do not know each other personally. Therefore, the statement was said based in a not personal way, but it is an observation of my reaction
Mr. Chair,
on
meron ka pang salita. Your observation is that I'm gago? Is that your observation?
This pertains to the public function as I perceive it, Mr. Chair.
No, you're public what?
Public action,
Public
Mr. Chair.
action. So you mean that is the public that is actually telling me that I'm gago?
No,
Or
Mr.
is it
Chair,
you?
the statement
Let me
came
ask
from
you,
me.
Mr. Chair, is it you?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So you were the one that said that, right?
Correct, Mr. Chair.
Ayun. Pero hindi mo ko kilala. Wala akong ginawa masama sa'yo.
Yes, Mr. Chair. It
What is your
already
right to
established.
tell me that I'm gago?
Because I am a citizen of
What
the
is
Philippines.
your right to tell me I'm gago?
That is part of my freedom of speech, Mr.
Oh,
Chair.
is that right?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So your freedom of speech is to tell a person that he is gago? Freedom of speech ba yan?
My freedom of speech, part of my freedom
Bay, ang
of
galing
speech is
mo.
to react
Ang
on the
galing mo.
action of
Ito
a
pa,
public official.
sinabi mo ha, in another post, ito sirahin mo. Pero alam mo, kaya tayo nagmi-meeting dito, parami na-mention ko ito, no? Pero sa totoo lang, hindi ko pinansin yan. Matagal na yan eh. Di ba? Hindi ko pinansin yan. Ito ha. Ang sabi mo, you know, Kong Benny Abante, I can find all of this. Isasampal ko ito sa pagmumukha mo. Is that still freedom of speech?
Mr. Chair, I am not very familiar.
Yes
on
or
that
no,
post.
Mr. Chair? Is that still, you think, freedom of speech? When you said, isasampal ko ito sa pagmumukha mo.
Mr.
Is
Chair,
that freedom of speech?
yes, Mr. Chair.
Ganon. Oo. So, ibig sabihin, ganito. If I tell you right now, sasampaling kita, freedom of speech yan.
That's part of your freedom, Mr. Chair.
Pag sinampal kita, hindi na freedom of speech yan.
Of course, sir, it's overt
Hindi
action
na.
already. Yes,
Hindi
sir.
na, no?
Yes, sir.
Oo, ang galing. Mahusay ito. Oo, magaling ka. Oo. Ang sabi mo, I'm going to be Hindi ko masabi to, Mr. Chair. F-U-C-K-E-D. Prepared. Binanggit mo yon?
Mr. Chair,
Bakit naman?
Mr. Chair,
Ano
may
ba
I
nagawa
know
kong
when
kasalanan
that post
sa'yo?
was posted? Mr. Chair,
Oh.
Mr. Chair, so that I can answer intelligently on the question
You
of,
can, Mr. Chair,
may I know
you can
the date
answer
of the
intelligently,
I
but
cannot
what you
answer.
said here, is that intelligent? Let me ask you, Mr. Chair. Nung sinabi mo, you know, Kong Benny Abante, I can find all of this, isasampal ko ito sa pagmumukha mo. Is that intelligent?
Mr. Chair, I cannot intelligently answer if I do not know when the post was posted.
You don't know, Mr.
Yes,
Chair?
Mr. Chair, I think in a day I post maybe 50,
Well, you know,
50 posts in a day. I would like to understand,
It
Mr.
means,
Chair.
Mr. Chair, that you can post something today and you forget that tomorrow. Am I right?
That is correct, Mr. Chair. That's very likely.
So, pakiklaro nga, Mr. Chair. Ano yung isasampal mo sa pagmumukha ko?
That is why, Mr. Chair, for me to intelligently answer your question, I need to know when it was posted.
Well, we are going to get the date when this was said.
Thank you, Mr.
You would
Chair.
be able to know.
Thank you.
Kaya pinapa-confirm ko lang yung statement na yan eh. Ibig sabihin, do you believe, hindi ko na sabihin ang freedom of speech. Do you believe that this falls under protected speech?
I'm so sorry, Mr. Chair. May you please repeat
Do
the
you
question?
believe that this falls under protected speech?
Mr. Chair, like I said earlier, I would like to know first the context of the post. But rest assured, Mr. Chair, that when I post in my platform, I make sure that it is a reaction on the news or public action. As a political observer, I always practice.
Miss Cruz, is this a political statement? You were saying a political observer. Is this a political statement? Do you believe that using profanities, insults, and malicious accusations online represent fair and respectful, intelligent discourse?
Except as part of your statement, Mr. Chair, the malicious imputation you said, I accept that. The rest that you said, yes, it is part of the healthy public discourse.
It is part of what, Mr. Chair?
Healthy public discourse.
O therefore, pag binanggit natin using profanities, insults, and malicious accusations, that is, anong tawag mo doon?
Part
health-
of the healthy discourse, Mr. Chair.
Healthy discourse. Healthy discourse ba yon? Yung
Yes, Mr.
profanities,
Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair.
insults, and malicious statements, healthy discourse sa'yo yun.
Yes, Mr.
And that's
Chair.
the reason why, Mr. Chair, that we should now actually craft a legislation to put a stop to Miss Joey Cruz, who seemed to be intelligent, and a woman using profanities, malicious insults, saying it is healthy.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I stand by my statement. Everything you said, except the malicious imputation, which I do not do, is part of a healthy public discourse. It is part of my freedom of speech. In fact, it is recognized under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights Act that I
It is
should be able
recognized
to
where?
express my opinion without
Miss
interference.
Joey Cruz, I am the chairman of the Committee on Human Rights, and this is not recognized. Profanities, insults, and malicious words are violation of human rights. You violated my human rights.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Karap.
Mr. Chairman, may I inquire, sino po yung sa tabi ni no resource person?
Please identify yourself. Are you the lawyer of
Yes, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Cruz?
I'm Attorney Mark Anthony Manuel. I'm the counsel for Ms. Cruz, Your Honor.
Have you entered your appearance here?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
So
Mr.
please
Chair.
be reminded that you can only give legal advice your client and you ask the chairman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please sit not in the resource person at the back. You are not allowed to sit. At the back, you sit at the back.
Yes, Mr.
Lawyers are not allowed to sit beside the resource persons. And please be advised that ask permission from the chairman.
Yes, yes.
Also sit at
Mr.
the back.
Yes, Mr.
Do
Chair.
not sit beside your client.
And rest assured that I am only advising my client as
And
to
then,
her
so
legal
ask the
rights.
chairman the permission before you give the advice.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Also sit at the back. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Attorney, please comply. Are you through, because
no,
actually,
Mr. Chair, I'm just starting.
wait, we are still on the issue of, I would like to finish the issue on Tariela, then we can go back to your interpellation. Honorable Junicio, are you still asking questions? You're done. Honorable Tariela, do you still have any statement to make?
Nothing more left from me.
Okay, we'll now proceed to the next item on the agenda. This is with regards to the issue on social media personalities.
Mr. Chair, if there are no other congressmen that have questions for our resource person, Commodore Tariela, maybe we can excuse him because he has more important issues at stake, which is national sovereignty. So, kung wala na po magtatanong sa kanya, baka pwede na po natin siya ma-excuse sa hearing na ito.
You are hereby excused since there are no more questions. And more on that, there are some resource persons here that I believe wala na mga question ng mga congressman. May I ask if AMLA resource persons are here? Attorney Arpon, Attorney Titanco. From the members, do you have any questions to AMLA? There are none, so you are hereby excused. To COMELEC, pakitaas pong kamay. To the members, do you have any questions with COMELEC? None?
Demonstrative is very illustrative of the limitation of freedom of speech. Right now, it is election. midterm election. And it is not allowed that people are going to campaign on the day of the election day. That is a clear prohibition to express on the part of the citizen to say whatever they want to say on that
Teka,
election day.
Mr. Chair, ano po ang connection nung binabanggit mo? I'm asking you about the jurisprudence. I just told you that there is a law against on libel, on cybercrime. What you said today is libelous. What you said here is libelous. Why?
Mr.
Because
Chair,
there is a malicious intent. When you use profanities, when you use the word gago, there is a malicious accusation, and that is libelous.
Mr. Chair, if that is your assessment of
And
that kind of
listen,
statement, you
not
will
only
have your
libelous, Mr. Chair, dali lang ha, not only libelous, ha, that is also unjust vexation on my part.
May I respond, Mr. Chair?
Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Chair, if you think that you are violated by my exercise of my freedom, you would have your right and
No,
be
no,
in court
Mr. Chair,
so that,
don't
so
worry.
that the maliciousness of
Mr.
that
Chair,
statement
don't
can be
worry. I'm
sorted
not
out
going
in the
to charge
proper
you in court.
authority.
Don't worry. I'm not going to charge you. If I charge you in court, matatalo ka eh. Pero hindi. Oo. Unjust vexation to. Alam niyo ba yon? Are you a lawyer or not?
I am not a lawyer,
So
Mr.
therefore,
Chair.
you should know this. The thing is this, pero wag kang mag-alala. Hindi ako magdidemanda sa'yo. Do you know why? You're not important to me. Alright? Ang dahilan lamang, kaya natin ginagawa ito, para magkaroon kami ng idea kung anong legislation ang nais naming gawin. Pero ikaw, you are not important to me. Alright? Oo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yan. Yeah, wag kang mag-alala. Hindi ako kailanman magdidemanda sa'yo. Alright? Oh. Tumatawa ka pa eh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Natatawa ka sa akin eh.
No, Mr. Chair, I am
Oo.
expressing my gratitude, Mr. Chair.
Ganun ba? Mr. Chair, tumatawa ka and you're expressing your gratitude by your sarcastic laughter?
I am not laughing, Mr. Chair. It's just a natural smile, Mr.
So
Chair.
gusto kong tanungin po, itong ating vloggers na ito, kayo po mga vlogger natin, do you agree with what Miss Joey Cruz said? Every one of you could be able to answer if you agree. I have a lawyer there. Attorney Trixie.
Attorney Trixie, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I disagree with Ms. Joey. I believe that there is, instead of a limitation on the freedom of speech, I believe that speech is either protected or not protected.
Thank you very much.
Those that are covered by the law, such as the law on inciting to terrorism, inciting to rebellion, and so on, are unprotected speech. And those that are not covered by any limitations by the law are protected speech. The Supreme Court has said that expressions of frustration are protected speech. And therefore, although we differ, Ms. Joey and I, on the approach to the problem, we agree on the solution.
Okay, let me ask the other bloggers that we have. Each of you could be able to answer and tell me if you agree with Ms. Cruz on that.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I am Dr. Mata. I'm a bit forgiving on those things sometimes, Mr. Chair, because sometimes people are so expressive that we tend to say things. And I could cite, Mr. Chair, your example on the last hearing. You mentioned something as well. I won't mention it now, but you said it's something, but I know it was withdrawn as well. So there's no, I'm not affected by what you said, because sometimes you're just, in your emotions, you tend to say things, which you said, TANGA, but it's okay, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, let me answer that, no? when I say TANGA, binalik ko lang sa kanya eh. Siya ang unang nagsabi. Siya ang unang nagsabi. Para bang pinukulo ka ng balisong, nasa lubo yung balisong, binalik mo sa kanya. Kaya ako binanggit. Hindi ako ang unang nagsabi. Ang unang nagsabi, yung vlogger mismo. Ibinalik ko lamang sa kanya. Oh, ngayon, ako ang masama. Samantalang yung vlogger na nagsabing tanga ang gobyerno, hindi masama. Nung ako ang nagsabing tanga, ako naman ngayon na masama. Ano ba talaga, Mr. Chair?
Yes. Thank you for your explanation on that, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, was that,
Mr. Chair. Mr. Morales, please proceed. Yes, sir. Doon sa kay Miss Joey Cruz, ang ko lang bilang isang dating tauhan ng gobyerno, wag lang sana tayong magpakita ng anumang kagaspangan para hindi tayo napapansin ng publiko. Yun lang po.
ano yung ibig sabihin?
Huwag lang magpakita ng kagaspangan para hindi makita ng publiko.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman. Yun lang po. Kasi kung magpapakita tayo ng kagaspangan at makikita ng publiko yung hindi na ayon na kilos ng isang public official, talaga makikita po tayo. At yung mapapansin ng publiko. Huwag naman sana tayong masasaktan.
Yun ang tinutukoy mo, Mr. Chair.
Your Honor, yun pong mga gumagawa ng kagaspangan, yun po yun.
Sino nga yung tinutukoy mo?
Aba, hindi ko po alam. Siguro po, maaaring kayo po, Your Honor, mawalang galang na po, nasa inyo po yun kung sino po yung mapapatungkulan nun.
Mr. Chair, ano ba yung kagaspangan na narinig mo? Sino yung nagsabi ng kagaspangan?
Your Honor, ito po bilang isang dating tauhan ng gobyerno. Nagiging maingat dapat ang isang tauhan ng gobyerno habang siya ay nanunungkulan. Katulad ng pagnanakaw, pag-aabuso sa tungkulin, pagmamalabis. Yan po yung isa sa mga dapat na tinitingnan natin. At kung tayo man ay tauhan ng gobyerno, dapat ginagampanan natin ng buong husay, buong giting, tulad ng mga alagad ng batas na handang ialay ang sarili niyang buhay para lamang doon sa sinumpaang tungkulin. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, tama yung binanggit ni Mr. Morales tama Pero ang tinatanong ko sa iyo, nag-a-agree ka ba sa sinabi ni Miss Cruz?
Saang particular, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman?
Hindi ka pa na nakikinig sa akin Bira naman buhay ito.
Pagpaumanhin niyo po, Your Honor, at nangati po yung aking binti, maaring hindi ko po
wala kang
napansin.
karapatang magsalita kung hindi mo narinig lahat ng mga sinabi.
Iyon pong narinig ko.
Very clear
meron po akong narinig.
Very clear, Mr. Chair, ang sinabi ko. Kanina, pinag-uusapan natin yung lahat ng mga binanggit ni Miss Cruz. And I'm asking you now, kayong mga vlogger, oo, mga objective naman kayo, di ba? Ano ang palagay nyo rito? Palagay nyo ba na itong malicious, ito ulitin ko para malaman mo, itong malicious, profanities, at insults, accusation na ibinigay po ni Miss Cruz, ay kasama po yan sa tinatawag nating protected discourse o kaya naman healthy discourse or freedom of expression?
Yun po pinoprotektahan ng batas. Ito po yung pong opinion o saloobin ng isang mamamayang Pilipino patungkol doon po sa pagkukulang ng isang public officer. Yun po hindi pinoprotektahan ng batas. Ito po yung pag-iingganyo ng paggawa ng illegal o labag sa batas.
Yung pagkukulang, Mr. Chair, Eh kung walang ginawang illegal, may karapatan ba siya?
Kung walang ginawang illegal, Your Honor? Depende po eh. Depende po sa napapansin at kung
Ilang,
po sa nagbibigay ng opinion, Your Honor.
Miss Joey, meron po ba akong ginawang illegal? Meron po ba?
Nothing that I said in the
Yun,
above.
wala akong ginawang illegal. Meron ba akong ginawang immoral?
There are things that I may not agree.
You
because
may
of
not agree,
differences.
that's fine
Yeah,
with me.
Yeah.
Pero ang tinatanong ko, meron ba akong ginawang immoral? Oh,
Differences
I
in
agree
values,
that there
Your
are
Honor.
some things that you do
Differences in-
not agree. Okay lang yun sa
Differences in
akin.
values, Your Honor.
Di ba? Pero wala akong ginawang immoral o illegal. You said that yourself. So therefore, anong ibig sabihin ng profanities, insults, and malicious accusations you gave to me? Yun ang tinatanong ko. Ha?
May I answer, Your
Yes,
Honor?
go ahead.
Okay. First of all, Your Honor, I would just like to take exception once again that I never agreed to anything, any statement that is malicious as part of freedom of speech. It's not. What I said are not malicious. Those are observation on my end, and the profanity is part of part of my expression of discontentment, disgust, because my expectation for a public officer is not
Therefore,
met.
Mr. Chair, when you're saying that a public official who is not doing anything illegal or immoral, and you said something malicious, insult and profanities,
Again,
that is your observation. And you have the right to say that.
Again, Mr. Chair, I am taking exception on the malicious statement. My statements are not malicious because my statements are always pertaining to the exercise of the public duty of the officer I am responding to.
So
or
therefore, when you
reacting
said
to.
gago, that is not malicious.
That is not malicious, Mr. Chair.
Okay. That is not malicious, ha?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oo. Pero ako, Miss Cruz, kahit kailan, hindi naman kita kilala, hindi ko alam ang ginagawa mo, wala akong karapatang tawagin kitang gago.
And I respect your opinion, Mr. Chair.
Not my opinion. That is my belief.
I
Iba yung
respect your
opinion,
belief, Mr.
iba
Chair.
yung belief. Okay. I'd like to ask the other vlogger if they agree with Miss Joey on that.
Una po, I agree po na this is not malicious kasi na-establish na po na hindi po namin kayo kilala personally. And kung sabihin namin mahal namin kayo, it is because of your work as public official. Hindi po ibig sabihin mahal po namin kayo bilang kung ano pa man, malisyoso. And when we say we don't like what you are doing, it is also not malicious. It pertains to your job as a government official. So I think magkaiba din po kasi yung sukatan sa public official and also private citizen. So I think it's important for us to understand the difference of and the limitation doon sa public official and sa private citizen. And I agree po. Lahat po ng sinasabi namin sa inyo, because we don't know you personally, are not malicious. It's not personal. It's about your job lang po.
Sometimes, Mr. Chair, I'm not onion-skinned. Ayan, kilala ako ni Congressman Glenn. Kaibigan ko yan. I'm not onion-skinned. Ang ibinabagit lamang natin dito is how do we limit this? How do we regulate this? Yun ang aming inaanong batas. How do we regulate this kind of statements? Na masyadong personal to eh. Diba? Hindi ko na nga pinapansin eh. Oo. Kung hindi lang binigay sa akin itong mga bagay na sinabi, makikita ko ba to? Hindi ko nakita to eh, Miss Joey Cruz eh. I don't even care about that anymore. Hindi ako apektado dito eh. Di ba? And the thing is this, kayo makakatulong sa amin for us to be able to craft a better legislation to what? To tell you that the freedom of expression is not absolute. Yun ang nais naming sabihin dito. Oh, so yung the rest of the vloggers, if yes, Attorney Glenn, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. While we recognize the plenary power of this Congress to enact legislation to limit freedom of speech or expression, I would just like also to exhort the members of Congress, the honorable members of Congress, to remember that the exercise of free speech, I mean, public officials should not be onion-skinned. I know hindi po kayo onion-skinned, Congressman, Honorable Abante. Public officials should not be onion-skinned, and that free speech serves as a scalpel that removes the abscesses of officialdom. I quote the jurisprudence. I mean, it's a landmark decision of the Supreme Court. So we have to make a tight balance between limiting the freedom of speech and, of course, when it comes to public acts of public officials. Yun na po, Mr. Chair.
May we hear the others, Mr. Chair? Go ahead.
Yes, Mr.
That
Chair.
handsome man right there.
Ako po, Mr. Chair. May I be recognized po? Mr. Chair, sundan ko lang po yung binanggit po ni Attorney Trixie about protected speech. I don't know the specifics of what Ms. Joey said. Be that as it may, Mr. Chair, kung yung pong mga binanggit niya ay nakapatungkol po sa official function, then it is warranted. If it pertains to the personal po na buhay, then it is unwarranted. Naiintindihan po namin yung predicament, Mr. Chair, ng mga congressman natin, ng mga public official natin na talagang nasa scrutiny ng taong bayan. Pero hinihingi rin po ng taong bayan, lalong-lalo na ng mga manggagawa, ang pag-intindi po ng ating mga congressmen doon sa kung ano yung nararamdaman at ano yung pakiramdam, emosyon ng mga tao patungkol doon sa function po ng ating mga public official. I believe yung mga binanggit po ni Ms. Joey, it is part of protected speech. And I think doon po pwede tayong magkaisa. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Meron pa. Yes, Miss,
Mr. Chair, good afternoon po. Yung tungkol indihan po namin kung saan din kayo nanggagaling. However, ang difference lang po natin, ang atake sa amin personal, ang atake po sa inyo, on your official function. Ngayon, ang masasabi ko lang po siguro pagdating sa bagay na yan, kami po, pinapabayaan po namin yung mga haters namin at saka bashers to air out what they think and feel about what we say. Hindi ko naman din po sinasabi na dapat ganun din po kayo. It so happen lang that sa inyo po, pagdating sa mga nasasabi nyo po, sa mga press briefing nyo po, sa press con niyo, or even sa mga pinapublish sa news, ang sa aming mga content creator, naka-anchor kami lagi kung ano lang po ang nasasabi ninyo.
Mr. Chair, Ms. Batalya,
Yes, po.
gusto ko lang pong banggitin din, no? Alam mo, natanggap ko itong mga bagay na ito since Quadcom days, eh. Hindi ako binabas ng sino man bago ang Quadcom. Bakit kaya? Di ba?
Share if I may.
I mean, hindi ako nababas, eh. Oo, ngayon lang talaga. Hindi ko alam kung bakit, eh. Oo, yun ang gusto kong sabihin sana sa inyo. Di ba? Yes,
Manuel Mata po. Mr. Chair,
yes, Mr. Mata, yes.
that is exactly the point kung bakit hindi po tayo nakafocus dapat dun sa mga protected naman na speeches ng mga tao. But the reason of frustration, ano po yung context bakit po nasabi yon ni Ms. Cruz? Para alam po natin kung bakit siya na-frustrate, bakit niya po nasabi yun, and yun po yung masolusyonan natin. I think dun po sana tayo nakafocus, and I think yun yung rason kung bakit sinasabi ng batas natin na dapat hindi onion skinned yung mga government official para nakafocus tayo doon sa totoong problema and cause of frustration ng mga tao.
Mr. Chair, sinabi ko na hindi ako onion skin, di ba?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. The fact that you are here talking with us
Yes.
with this kind of respect is, I agree.
Kaya Mr. Chair, hindi ko talaga, since the time na yung Quadcom, hindi ako nagsalita ng anuman sa inyo o nag-vlog sa akin. Miss Joey, hindi ka nakarinig sa akin anuman salita, di ba? Miss Joey, you have never heard me say anything against you or about you. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chair, we do not know each other personally.
Ayun. And then ganito, I have never said anything about you nor anything that you have said against me. Am I right?
Sorry, Mr. Chair.
I have never said anything about you or anything against you, even if you said something against me. Am I right?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Yun. Yun ang gusto kong sabihin sa inyo. I'd like to give way to my good friend, Congressman Akop.
Before I recognize Congressman Akop, admin matters, there are several resource persons here who have been here since early this morning, and I believe some of the members have no questions anymore.